who stands or what stands between the Niners and a Lombardi trophy this year?
Couple things. Overconfidence, injuries, Mahomes. That's how I feel about it. I think the Niners have destroyed Dallas. They've destroyed Philly. I don't believe that Detroit is good enough this year. They're coming, but they're not good enough right now. So nobody in the NFC worries me, but it's about injuries, complacency, and Mahomes.
They lost to the Vikings.
I know they did. They lost to PJ Walker.
Right, yeah, but that's an AFC team. Like you said, this team gets overconfident. It's sometimes like I'd be more concerned about them against a mediocre team or a bad team than against a really good team. Because when everyone says the Niners are going to win, that's when you got to wonder. When people start to question them, that's when you can bet on the Niners. So to me, like, who stands between the Niners and Lombardi? Themselves. Them. They're the best team.
Complacency.
Yeah.
Complacency.
Or just whatever you want to call it, like Kyle Shanahan's tendencies. I mean, the only guy, he's blown 2 double-digit leads in Super Bowls. And that's putting it mildly to call it 2 double-digit leads. I'm not going to say the 25-point lead that I did say it. That's what he's done. So we'll see. 0-39 lifetime, but down by 8 or more in the fourth quarter. We'll see.
Well, the other thing you got to remember is they've got 3 division games left, and all of these division games are hairy. They barely beat the Rams last time. They lost to the Cardinals not that long ago, and when the Cardinals had Colt McCoy, with a lot of the same players that are on the team today.
Now Kyler's back, and Kyler actually does a pretty good job against them. Yeah.
And Seattle's gonna, especially this next game's kind of dangerous because Seattle is desperate now because they've been in a little bit of a free fall, and they're going to need an upset somewhere on the way to probably make the playoffs, and they would love it to be next week. And the Niners sometimes are a little flat at home, so how do they come out against Seattle?
Well, that's exactly the next question I have for you. Will the Niners have an emotional letdown this week? And the reason I ask is they've done this before. They beat Dallas, and they always measure themselves against Dallas. They beat Dallas on national television, Sunday Night Football, beat them by a lot. Everyone said the Niners are a juggernaut and a shoo-in to win the Super Bowl and by far the best team. And the Niners responded by losing their next 3 games. And pretty much afterward, acknowledging that they stopped taking it a game at a time and started looking ahead. And okay, great. You fixed it. You've won 4 in a row. Now you just made a huge statement. You beat the Eagles. Are you going to be focused for the Seahawks?
It's going to be tough. This can be.
It's like you're better than the Seahawks. They know you. Like everyone knows you're better than the Seahawks.
Right, and yet the Seahawks,
could
easily come to Levi's and get a win.
They'll be ready.
The NFL.
I thought they'd be ready for Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, they definitely didn't look good on Thanksgiving, but the Niners were really up for that game. National TV. Great atmosphere. What if it's kind of a lazy vibe day at Levi's and you get a 75% crowd because everybody's Christmas shopping and you turn the ball over a couple times in the first half and then the ball doesn't bounce your way and you get a key injury in the second half. It's like weirder things have happened for sure. So if the Niners show up and fire, they should be able to play 3 quarters and play the reserves in the fourth against Seattle. But all the division games are a concern to me. Every one of them. Rams again, Arizona. Arizona just upsets Pittsburgh. They're playing hard under Gannon. So, the division games are a little bit of a concern.